everybody, Eric Flowers, your Indian River County Sheriff, here at the McCabe Connection Center for the Mental Health Collaborative of Indian River County. You can see it right here behind us. We've got the CEO, Executive Director, Brett Hall, here with me. We've been thinking a lot about the holidays. At the Indian River County Sheriff's Office, our number of calls for folks in distress for mental health issues really goes through the roof at this time of the year, and I thought it'd be a good opportunity for In the Know to spend some time over here actually at the center and talk to you about what services are available. There are probably plenty of people on our social media that have never heard of this location, even knew that you're available. So Brett, can you give the folks a little rundown on what you can offer them during the holidays?
Absolutely. The McCabe Connection Center is the central hub of all things in Indian River County. We see about 120 people a month that come through our doors or give us a call, and we help them access the programs and services available in our community. Now, of course, we're focused on mental health. So about 60% of the folks we see, we get involved with therapy or see a psychiatrist. But the other 40%, we know how everything is connected to mental health, physical health, social connectedness. You know, during isolation and COVID and during the holidays, we're feeling a little bit off. It makes us not feel so good sometimes. So it's just good to reach out. So we connect people to the programs and services, we refer them out, and we don't just say, here's a number, give them a call, good luck. We make appointments for people. We make sure they have transportation. Heck, we even teach people how to ride the GO line to get to their appointments. Whatever you need, that we're a full service organization here. We've seen 5,500 people in town over the past 5 years, so we've seen 3.5% of the entire population.
Yeah, it's a great organization. I'll tell you, I was involved before you had all this, and I've been blessed to be able to see this grow into what it's become. And the idea behind this with the Mental Health Collaborative was really that we had all these mental health services that really weren't talking to each other, and people had trouble navigating those systems. And so Brett came in as the executive director, and he really corrals all that for you. So if you're somebody out there that's struggling with mental health issues, if you're somebody who has a family member who's struggling with it, this is the place to come to. Come by, see Brett, see his staff, talk to people, find out what services they offer. You're here Monday through Friday.
9 to 5.
9 to 5 business hours. Can you give the address for folks?
We are at 2345 14th Avenue, Suites 4 and 5. We're right across from the Historical Society, the big yellow building next to the train tracks, the original railroad station. So at 2345 14th Avenue.
Right downtown off of 14th Avenue. You can't miss it. Come by, visit with Brett, talk to him about whatever challenges that maybe you or a family member are having. I can't tell you how many times I call Brett during a year to say, hey, I've received this call. This is somebody who's struggling. He's able to help find those appointments, find those folks. And you guys also deal with some substance issues too.
We do everything.
Yeah.
Transportation, housing, vocational training, substance use disorders. I mean, you name it. If it doesn't exist, we can't get you there, but we will get you to anything that exists in town.
The other thing that you've recently done is mental health first aid. You've offered that into the community. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yes, mental health first aid is the equivalent to CPR. CPR teaches you how to identify a medical emergency and get them to a professional. Mental health first aid teaches lay people how to identify signs and symptoms of mental health disorder, provide safety, stabilization, and get them to the appropriate professionals in town. It's a certification class. On our website, mhcollaborative.org, there's a page for mental health first aid. Click on that. You can sign up through Eventbrite for any of our classes coming up. We offer 2 or 3 every month. It's a free class underwritten by the Johns Island Community Service League. So come on out, let me teach you mental health first aid.
And I will tell you, if you're somebody that's out there, a pastor, if you're somebody who works in a nonprofit, if you own a business, it'd be a really great idea to take this mental health first aid class. It gives you inside knowledge that if somebody walks into your business or church or whatever, that you might say, hey, something's up here. I'm seeing signs and symptoms from that class that I took that might help them better identify and get the right services there to help, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. What's the feedback been like for that mental health first aid?
Fantastic. We've taught almost 300 people in town so far, and the outcomes are exceptional. We teach people, and they give me a call a month later and say, I cannot believe that what I learned in class came in very handy today. So it gives you a framework of how to talk to somebody. We don't want to ask people about depression or suicidality because what if they say yes? We don't know what to do. I'm going to teach you exactly what to do. It's nothing to be afraid of. My thing is, we talk about cancer, we talk about hemorrhoids for crying out loud, but we're not talking about depression and suicide. That's ridiculous. We're going to break that stigma down. Come on and I'll teach you all about it.
And I do have to thank you so much for your help. We recognize that law enforcement is a job that our folks a lot of times are dealing with trauma. They see things that nobody else in the world see or should see. Right. And I just want to thank you and your organization for helping our folks out. We have a peer support team that works directly with Brett. That he's able to facilitate any sort of questions that they have. He's readily available to our staff, and I want to thank you for always being there for us. It's been an incredible resource to our agency and to our folks who have been through many things. So thank you for that.
Absolutely.
And I'll tell you, if you're somebody that's out there and you've got a question or a concern, come see Brett. If you're thinking that my business, people are seeing or hearing things that are problematic, or I'm just concerned about my employees, Brett can help you down a path to maybe some training or maybe some support groups that exist out there that people don't realize that are happening in our community. I mean, there are so many support groups that nobody even knows about.
Right.
And of course, all the resources that you have as well. If I were in a position where I needed a visit with a therapist or something, you would be my first call, because you don't know. How do you know which therapist is offering what services and stuff? It's a very difficult system to navigate. And so that's why we have this great organization. I can tell you, how many years have you guys been here? About 4 or 5 years now?
5 years.
5 years. I hear from people around the country who've called in and said, I have a loved one who lives in Vero. We directed them to the Mental Health Collaborative, and they say, I wish every community had one of these. Is there anywhere else that has anything like this?
There isn't.
Yeah.
I mean, people ask me, where did you steal this idea from? And I was like, I wish it was that easy. We had to build this thing. It doesn't exist anywhere else.
Yeah, and it was very organic in that, all these different folks who were in the mental health field recognized that it is a difficult system to navigate, and I can't imagine what other communities do who don't have a place like this. And for me, it's so easy. I have a stack of your cards right in my truck. If somebody is having a crisis or an issue or a family member, I say, call Brett. Just talk to Brett. And so I would encourage everybody that's out there to consider, stopping by, even if you're not in crisis. Stop by, grab some of their literature, grab some of their pamphlets, keep it with you, because you may encounter somebody who's struggling. And as Brett said, even if it's a housing issue or something like that, he has his finger on the pulse for Indian River County for all of these issues. That's what he's here for. We're incredibly blessed to call you a partner in this. And I can tell you that our deputies are regularly referring folks over here, and we appreciate all that you do.
All right.
Anything else you want to share with the folks out there?
Phone number, 772-217-3663. Give us a call, stop by.
Okay, and that website one more time for them?
MH is in mental health, mhcollaborative.org.
Very good. Make sure you download our app on the Google Play Store or the App Store. Go to our website, ircsheriff.org. I'm sure we can put a link to your website on our website. It should be there. If it isn't already, we'll make that happen.
All right.
And thank you guys for tuning in for another episode of In the Know at IRCSO. We know this is a critical time for everybody. People are going through a lot of stress with the holidays, and we just wanted to remind you that there's help out there, that it's okay to not be okay.
Absolutely.
And come by and say hello to Brett, and he'll give you all the resources that you need. So thanks for tuning in, and everybody have a wonderful holiday, and we'll see you in the new year.